Uh, he shouldn't have started his career getting fucked in the ass by a white man.
Wait, hold on, we might be live. We might.
Sorry.
We live now. Okay, well, if you guys heard that, that was not supposed to go on. Welcome
Where
back.
are we? Yeah, that
Welcome
was my
back to
bad.
the Organic Fanatics. We appreciate you guys tuning in. We apologize about the last 10 minutes you had there. Technical difficulties. We're in the preseason, so we're getting our game right, just like our Knicks was getting their game right. So we seeing what works, what doesn't work. So we had our bench out there, but now the starters are back. We back in the game here. We appreciate you guys again. Welcome back to Organic Fanatics Season 2, Episode 4, 24. We're on that Kobe. You know what I'm saying? Back we got the new Knicks. We got Machete Mig. We got Two Shots Pronto. We got M. Angelo Brown. So we'll cut right to the chase. We'll go right into the game, talking about Boston versus the New York Knickerbockers. And we played our bench players versus their starters. They get, as we said earlier in the last show, Tibbs gave them that Uno card that they were ready for our starters. And we said, nah, not going to be able to do it. We hit them with that positive case. I said, nah, bruh. We're gonna let our bench players go out. That lineup we had, which was our bench players, I think was very good. We were all defense. We had Deuce McBride starting at the one. You had Dante Defense Chenzo, as the new Knicks coined them, starting at the two. You had Quentin Grimes playing the three. Then you had Sims playing the four, and you had Mitch playing the five. That was the top defense you have there. And even with that top defense, they went in. Going back to the last game, which Two Shots Pronto is airing me out. Ron from Still Nick Fans gave me a little feedback, clap back, not clap, positive feedback. We support everybody. If you want, and if you're watching us, salute to Still Nick Fans. Go watch him, Raw Hebrew Remnant, NBK. We support everybody. But Still Nick Fans said a little comment that I was going in on Grimes, and if you watch season 3, I did go in on Grimes. I'm sorry, episode 3, season 2. I did go in on Grimes. I think he's been inconsistent the last 2 games. I said he need to step his game up. He need to get his shot down. He need to be confident. He need to play with swag. I still said he was going to have a good year, but he needs to, like, ASAP. He need ASAP Rocky right off the top. He need to be good. And this game, hey, Machete, you want to read the stats for that, for what Quentin Grimes did today?
No, you go ahead. You go ahead. You got it.
All right, so Quentin Grimes, let's go to Mr. Q Dog. He played 26 minutes, 22 points, 2 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 steal, 7 of 13 from the field goal, so he was 54% from the floor. He was 7 of 12, 58 from 3-pointers. And then he was 1 of 2 from free throws, so he was 50% off that. He was a positive 6. The key to this game as well, besides that, he got off 25 shots. I got to take it back. My boy played. He did his thing.
Yep.
He scored what we expected, what we wanted, what we knew he could do, what we know he could do, not what we knew. What we know he could do. He came through and did the business. He was efficient. He got his scoring, and he got touches. He got a lot of touches. That goes to show if he gets almost as many touches as Barrett, he can produce the same caliber.
Well, my
Or
my
better,
in,
or better.
my inside sources told me that he did watch the show, and
Your phone, we
you know
can't
what I mean.
see your hand
Yep.
like this.
Oh my bad. I said Quentin Grimes. My inside sources said that Quentin Grimes watched the show, and you know what I mean. He was very upset that he had disappointed the fan base and decided to step it up and do what he had to do. I think he had like three pointers in the first quarter.
Yep.
I wanted 5, but I'll take what I got.
I mean, he got 7 for the game. He got 7 for the game.
I did. Did I call that? I mean, I wanted it in the first quarter, but yeah.
Of course, the exaggerator would. So 2 shots. What do you got to say? After
my dog.
a slice of that humble pie.
That's right. That's right. I appreciate you taking that humble pie to the face. But my dog Grimes, man, he was grimy. What can I say? I got nothing else to say except for the Michael Jordan meme. he took that personal. You know what I'm saying? And he clapped back. So if you don't mind, I want Mikey to give me my 2 shots real quick, just to start off the episode. That's right. That's right. So yeah, I mean, but all in all, I think it was a great game. I'm gonna take another shot at your boy Tibbs. You can't call yourself a defensive coach and give up like 80 points in the first half. Like that can't happen. But it is what it is. It's preseason. I'm not gonna go super hard.
Starters versus our bench. I'll take it.
Let me read out the stats real quick, and then we can kind of divulge into the game or go dive into the game. So we got Quentin Grimes, 26 points, 26 minutes, 22 points. Jericho Sims played 32 minutes. He had 2 points, 10 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 steal, but 3 blocks. He had 1 of 2 from the field goal, so he had 50%. He only took 2 shots, and he was 8 defensive rebounds, 2 offensive, so he was a -2, but he played very well. Mitchell Robinson played 20 minutes, 12 points, 7 rebounds, 1 assist, 3 steals for Mitch. 0 blocks though. Okay, 0 blocks for him. He was 5 of 6, so he was 83% from the field. He had his rebounds too. He was a +2, so he did well. He had 2 of 4 from free throw, so he's still 50% for free throw. We would love to see some improvement there. And then we have Dante DiFincenzo, 24 minutes, 15 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 steal, which I could have sworn he had more steals than that. He wasn't efficient. He's 3 of 12, but he took 12 shots. 3 of 10 from three-pointer. He wasn't efficient at all. But hit 30% from threes. 6 for 6 from the free throw, so he got to the line. -1. And then our boy McBride, 32 minutes, 16 points, 2 rebounds, 6 assists, 4 steals. He was 6 of 18, so he was 33% from the field goal. 2 of 8 for three-pointers. He was only 25% there. He was 100% from the free throw line, and my guy was balling. Tell me what your guys' initial thoughts. They're starters to our bench players.
Well, I mean, I think Deuce did a great job.
Okay.
What happened?
I was trying to give Machete a little combo, but go for it.
Okay. I just like the way Deuce took over the helm and was controlling the team. We did look out of whack offensively and defensively in a few situations, which led to that 70-point first half. Yeah, I mean, but in the second half, I think they did good. They came back and stepped up.
What were some of your thoughts on Machete Meg that you saw in the first quarter? What caught your eye watching the game?
Yeah, I mean the guys did pretty good. They wanted to play all their starters because they got a back-to-back. Got to play Washington tomorrow. They're 2-0 and they've been resting since last week. So we're resting our starters, and I think that our secondary unit, if that's what you want to call them, because basically it was our second unit out there, and they they were a handful for the starters, for Boston starters. They were a pretty handful. We played good defense. There was a point right there who was Grimes did a layup on Tatum. It was awesome. We played real good. We came out there, good energy for our starters. We did pretty good. How did we do out there? Excuse me, guys. Go ahead.
Yeah, you got and 2 shots. Anything that stood out to you from what you saw in the game today?
All right. Well, I'm gonna be the black sheep today and say that our defense was not good at all.
Really?
Like I said, you can't give up 80 points in the first half and say that we played good defense. I don't care if it was starters. I don't care if it was blah, blah, blah. I told you guys previously, height is going to be a problem, and height was a problem. Tatum, Porzingis, White, they're all tall. They were all shooting over us. We put effort in the defense. But when you can't teach height, man. So when you could just rise up over somebody, it doesn't matter how good you play. You're just gonna get a clean look at the basket and a clean shot. So that was one of my takeaways: is that height is definitely gonna be a problem for the squad moving forward. First half, I mean, your boy McBride went off. I thought he was doing great. Then I don't know what happened in the second half. He just fell off. And then my boy Grimes, obviously, he was great throughout. But yeah, that's pretty much what I took away from the game. It's just the defense and the height is gonna be a problem for us. That's what I caught from it.
From what I saw, I mean, I saw it maybe a little bit different than from what you guys saw. Obviously, watching the same game, everybody has their own takeaway from it. I think I saw what Tibbs was trying to do. He tried to match the height because we were big the entire time. He had Mitchell out there, and then he had Sims out there. He was trying to match height, as we talked about. So we do have people that can match up. But through that run, defensively and rebound worked okay. But you got our bench players against a team that's expected to win the Eastern Conference Final. They have elite talent. You have a champion in Drew Holiday. You have, so that they have a lot of great talent and people who made it to this. So the fact that we have our bench players who barely play time, so it's not like they're bench players who get constant burn, like Derek White or some of the other players that are out there. Our kids that were out there today almost never see time, and then the time that they get significant time, they're playing against Eastern Conference Finals contenders. I mean, a team that's already selected to possibly win the whole thing this year. I thought they played really good. I thought the defense was good. Again, you're going against elite talent. I saw Dante DiVincenzo was guarding Brown. He looked really good guarding him. Of course, you can't stop some of this talent. You had Grimes guarding Tatum. Tatum is beast mode already. He got a quiet 28. But they were interrupting his shot. They were playing him aggressive. The refs were obviously giving them whatever calls they wanted. I think we played pretty good. I saw the defense was out there. I mean, they had 78 points at the half. And this was them hitting, I think it was like 18 or something, three-pointers. So to me, from what I saw, these guys were playing a career game. Like this was like if they were in the finals, they were playing the best game they could possibly play. And then we were still within 10 points at the end.
Yeah, at the end of the first, they were only up by 10. So I mean, they really took off in that second quarter, where we looked a little lost on the defensive end. You saw a lot of players bumping into each other, leaving their man wide open. So I mean, yeah, it was definitely a good game. Like you said, they are the Eastern Conference first or second, team.
Hey, so I got a question. So, if at the half they had 78, how much did we have?
I want to say we were down.
We had like 50.
We were down like 20. It was like 58 or 62, something like that.
We had like 50. Yeah,
we're down quite a bit in the beginning. We made a run in the third quarter. I mean, I still think it was a successful game. I mean, and I get it. I mean, you're playing these guys that are elite at all their positions. You got players, which are bench players who haven't played together, who haven't had any kind of cohesiveness, still learning to run the system. Some people playing to get in any team, which BTW, Daquan Jeffries, was playing great, in my opinion. I thought Jeffries played very well. Go ahead. What are you going to say, two shots?
And Roby. Don't forget Roby.
They look good today. I mean, yeah, they look like very good bench players. Jeffries looked really good. His shot is water. If anybody can shoot, Daquan Jeffries can shoot that rock, especially from the three. He caught it with no time. He had 3 3-pointers today. He looked really good out there. Roby looked very solid. He's not Captain Save-A-Ho. He's not gonna just jump in and just but he's a very efficient. He's an effective player. He's a good bench piece.
Unfortunately, we need Captain Save-A-Ho.
No, I don't think so, man. I think that's the narrative. I mean, who do you think that you really think that we need, like a star? You think, or from the bench? What do you?
No, I mean he did this. He did decent. He's all right. He did good. He hit a couple of threes. He did what he was supposed to do. He's playing for his career right now. This game is going to determine. This game was a game for him to show out like that. Him and Jeffries and those guys and Knight. These are the games that they have to come out. Okay, so they played their starters, but at the end they didn't play their starters. Everybody rested. This was just a game, an exhibition game. I mean, we weren't gonna. If it was our starters playing, we would have won that. We would have won this game, and that's what's gonna happen in the first game coming up, and that's what we're saving our guys for. We're resting them for that first game that we're gonna have against Boston. So it ain't this big a deal. This really is for the guys. These were our third stringers that we played against the starters. You know what I mean? And they didn't do too bad. All right, the most they got was 22 points on us. But you expect that from Tatum and Brown and Porzingis. That's what they're gonna bring it. These guys are gonna be the Eastern Conference. They're expected to be the Eastern Conference leaders. I don't know about that because I mean we didn't have not any of our other than Mitch, Rob in there. And Grimes were our only starters that we had in there. And we didn't do too bad. We did this decent. It was a fun game to watch. It is what it is.
Hey, salute Michael Drake in the chat. Let me read it. It said it was no defensive end. Daquan Jeffries and Roby's look great as well. Yeah, they look good. I mean, you're talking about people who never get any burn time. At least Deuce gets minutes here and there. You're talking about someone who they're like G League caliber, and then to come in and be like, oh, by the way,
we're playing them at home. Yeah, I mean, so it's. I mean, these guys that we played, they have been playing together for 6 years.
No star bench.
Besides KP.
I mean, I think they did good. Roby hit 2 3-pointers. Jeffries hit 3 3-pointers. They did good. They were efficient. Roby looked good from the 3. He faked on a 3, then drove it in. He missed the layup. He was hustling on the floor. For them, even for whatever team they go to. Go ahead. What you got to say, Machete?
I think the real question is, how did Boston starters look against our third stringers? That's the question.
Well, I mean, the announcers were saying that this is the reason why the Celtics didn't win. I mean, we did have them stumbling. We came back to almost 8 points from a 30-point deficit. So yeah, I mean, and it is our third string, basically, our G League.
The new Knicks, put a light on. We can't see you. Look like an apparition.
Yeah, I'm in the balcony, bro. Ain't no lights in the balcony.
Anyway, I think they look good, man. I think they were trying to make a run to like end it to where they could get their bench players in, and they couldn't. They played till the fourth quarter, till maybe the last 5 minutes, 6, 7 minutes left in the fourth quarter. And then they were forced to pull them out. But they played almost the entire game. They had to. They couldn't make no run. In the third quarter, we made a run on them. Defensively, we locked them down. We came in, I want to say, within 5 points, something like that, within the 5 points. And then they made their other run again. To have that where Deuce is locking, Deuce was everywhere. Deuce was, he was like a fly on, you know what. He was everywhere. He was stripping. He was a pest. He looked really good. In the last 2 games, Deuce looked really good. I can see him definitely.
DiVincenzo was also hustling. You saw Sims hustling. He made a good hustle play. Diving for the ball. We got some hungry hoopers. That's for sure.
Yeah, I mean, they look really good. Dante DiVincenzo was looking like he was trying to get in rhythm. Again, he's just playing with, they're putting him out there with everybody. You playing with the bench, you playing with the starters, so he's just trying to get into some kind of rhythm.
Yeah, these are guys that just like, it's like you said, man, they're just starting to play with one another. DiVincenzo's still trying to find himself out there. He tried to find Mitch Rob a couple of times. And it's just knowing their places. He needs to know that where their spots, where they can shoot, where he can dunk, where to catch him. But at least he tried a couple of times. But
yeah, he did. No, he did. He caught him with they wasn't just ready. They're not ready for DiVincenzo's offensive mindset. Yeah, I mean, because he was passing them to them where they should have been. Yeah, I mean.
I don't know. I was impressed. I thought it was interesting. We played a couple of different rotations. Sims played with the starters and he played with the bench. I think Tibbs did pretty good trying to find something to work. The fact that we were competitive with these guys when they had a 78-point half, 78 at halftime, and to still only lose maybe by close to by 10 or get it within 10 against them with our bench player, I thought that was pretty impressive. I thought they did pretty good. Of course, it's not our starters, our bench players. But who was the player that stood out to you, Machete?
I don't know. I want to say it's either Deuce or Grimes. That Grimes hit, and Phil called it. He said he wanted to see 5 threes. He got 7. But I like Deuce's game too, man. We did pretty. I like Deuce's and I like Grimes. DiVincenzo did decent.
Yeah, he was a pest. What about you two shots? Who stuck out to you? Which I'm pretty sure I know your answer.
Oh, I mean, obviously it was Grimes. First half, I give it to Deuce though. Deuce looked really good in the first half. Again, I don't know what happened in the second half. He fell off, but the first half he looked phenomenal. The one person that is kind of worrying me that I'm gonna say now that I'm starting to get worried is defense Tenzo, as you guys like to call him. And the reason I say that is, again, I've said it before, I'll say it again. The offense that Golden State ran is totally different than what we run. They run a lot of screens. They get a lot of off-ball movement. You got a black hole in Steph Curry that demands double, triple teams. So other people are going to be wide open for that 3 or that cut or whatever. So DiVincenzo benefited a lot from that. Here in New York, we don't run that offense. Our offense is dribble handoff or ISO or whatever, and read and react, whatever you want to call it. It's not the same. And I'm starting to get a little worried. There's 3 games now, back to back to back, where your boy is not up to snuff when it comes to the offense. When it comes to defense, I give it to him. He's all over the place. He hustles. I give it to him. But offense is starting to look shaky.
I'm gonna hold you to that.
Do you think
Grimes?
Do you think
Grimes?
Deuce demands like 2-3 players on him on defense like Curry does? I mean, they've been playing. Holy shit, my bad. Like Deuce is not gonna get the same number of players looking at him to give DiVincenzo that time. But when he plays with Brunson, they will double team Brunson. So when DiVincenzo plays with Brunson, it's not going to be the same as playing with Curry. But you know what I mean? When you got Randall that demands people's attention, you got Brunson that demands people's attention. It's not going to be that off. You know what I mean? He's just playing with the bench players that don't know where to be at on time. Like those 2 passes that Mike's talking about, he was expecting for people to slash to the basket, and they weren't doing that. That's not on him.
Replay, man. I'm telling you. But whatever, it is what it is. One person I do want to mention is what's up with Hart, man? Like, is he injured or something?
They're resting them. They're letting look. Tibbs is trying.
He's a starter.
Tibbs is trying to figure out rotation, who's going to play in the team, and also who they already know is not going to be on the team to give them some burn. They're trying to showcase Evan Fournier. They're trying to get Jeffries and Roby somewhere for somebody to pick them up or maybe include them in a trade, with Evan. So this is where they're showcasing people. They know what they can do. They know what Josh Hart can do. Plus, they played in FIBA, so they're trying to give him rest and get settled in on there. So they're not really playing. They already know what they got with them. He's trying to figure out other rotations.
Hey, now that Tibbs just rested the whole fucking the starters. Now niggas is saying, oh, like, isn't this what people wanted from Tibbs? And instead of commending him for, hey, giving the other guys a chance, let them get some burn time. You know what I mean? See if they could go elsewhere. that's what this time is for.
That's what he's doing now. And for Dante, I'm not too worried. I hear your points on there, but Dante's in a whole new system. He's playing a whole different role. When he went to Golden State, he had to play a deferred role. When he was in Milwaukee, he was more involved in their system. He was a starter at a point before his injury. So he knows that he feels he can do more than what he was limited to that role in Golden State. So in Golden State, he was as you said, sit in the corner, catch and shoot, don't run any plays for him, what you're saying they do with Grimes. So that's more or less what they're doing with Dante's. They're trying to figure out, they know what he can do, but they're trying to see they're trying to look at numbers now. Who does he play well with? Does him and Grimes together work good? Him, Grimes, and Quickly definitely work good the first game. How does he look with Deuce with more defenders? So Tibbs went with an all-defensive team today. If you look at everybody that started today, they're all known as defenders. Mitch, Sims, who got 3 blocks. You got Grimes. You know, all our lockdown people. And they played really, really well. And Boston played really, really well. Lights out. And this is with lockdown defense. They probably should have had 227 points today the way they were playing for the most part. And a salute, Louisiana Knicks. Salute. Welcome. We appreciate you. Welcome, sir. Appreciate you.
That's my man. That's my man, Black.
And salute, Black Louisiana Knicks.
Salute.
Michael Drake said Deuce and Dante looking good. He's excited for the team this year. He's amped for the season. Deuce and Grimes and Dante. Deuce, Grimes, and Dante and Mitch. So he stood out for him. So Drake is saying that Deuce and Grimes for sure. They stood out. Dante and Mitch, yeah, that starting team looked really good. He doesn't, all right. And then Dante doesn't have to worry about it. He's an energy player. So he's saying he's an energy guy. He doesn't really have to have a set play, as you like, well, people have set plays. Hart just played FIBA, so he's chilling. So it's going to take a while. So for him, I don't have too much. I wasn't as hard on Dante or too worried about him as I was for Grimes. I was a lot harder on Grimes because he's been with us 3 years, a year and a half starting. Those first 2 games, I was hard on him for sure. But as you said, I ate my humble pie. He came through. Now, I need to see this. You got some good info. Let's see how that transitions to tomorrow night's game. I doubt he plays tomorrow.
I doubt he plays, yeah.
He should, though. He definitely should play tomorrow. At least 10 minutes to keep the vibes, keep that energy, keep that confidence going. At least 10 minutes. He should at least play 10 minutes.
I wouldn't risk it personally.
I would want him there. Considering how he's been playing, I would give him at least 10 minutes so he can keep the confidence, keep that confidence going. You want to keep him at his high point. Just 10 minutes. I'm not saying the 30, 40 minutes a game. Just a good 10 minutes. Hit a couple of shots. Once he's all right, now we'll take you out. You know, but I think you're gonna see Dante tomorrow. I think you're gonna see Deuce again. Deuce, let's talk about Deuce, bro. 2 games in a row. Deuce was balling out. I saw him all over the floor. He was diving. He was stripping. Great recoveries on defense. Great help defense. He was switching before. He was popping up like Nightcrawler. Isn't that who you had as Nightcrawler in Knicks? I mean, he was everywhere. He was popping up on people like, when they did a switch, the other guy, he was right in front of Brown. Like,
my bad. What was that?
I was saying Deuce. Didn't we call him Nightcrawler? Because he was everywhere, boy. He was.
Oh, I'm telling you, that boy he's a problem, bro. I mean.
Salute, coach. Salute. Appreciate everybody.
Salute to everybody in the chat. Thanks for joining us. You know what I mean? But yeah, definitely Deuce is the Nightcrawler of the squad, bro. I mean, he's just gonna be that pest, bro. I mean, he reminds you of damn, who's that old school player that just used to be a pain in the ass?
Nate Robinson.
No,
yeah. I mean, yeah, but like defensively, like Nate was that
from Phoenix. Damn it!
It wasn't the glove.
He used to lock Kobe down. He was French. Dang it! I'm gonna look for his name. Raja Bell.
Gary Payton.
Raja Bell.
Yeah. Something like a bell. You know what I mean?
Someone that you could not get rid of. He was like a tick on a flea. He was the only one who was all over Kobe. Rajah Bell. So he was the original 3-and-D guy because that boy was locking people down like he was a parole officer.
Yeah, but Deuce, Deuce definitely did his thing in the first quarter. I mean, it looked like he could have missed from nowhere, in that second quarter. But like 2 shots there. In that third, it looked like he couldn't even pay for one.
Deuce?
Yeah, he shot like 2 or 3 threes, like back to back, like.
Hey, he was tired, boy. That's the most burn he got in like 2.
I mean, I agree. He definitely was gassing out.
Yep. Michael Drake said teams want Deuce bad. After tonight's game, people was like, I'll give you 2 seconds for Deuce. Like, nah.
Hey, Deuce had a really pretty good efficient game. He had played 32 minutes, scored 16 points, had 2 rebounds, 6 assists, 4 steals. He was 6 for 18, 33% for field goal. He made 2 of 8 from 3 points, which put at 25% from 3 points. 2 free throws made, 2 of 2. He was 100% from his free throws. He had 1 offensive rebound, 1 defensive rebound, but he had 3 turnovers and 3 personal fouls, and it was a -8. But still, man, he had some decent numbers in his time in that.
Coach says he shot 33%. And listen, this is the first time you're seeing G League Deuce in the preseason Deuce. Basically, his first time running the team on an NBA level against elite talent. So it's one thing when you're playing G League, you're scoring triple doubles, you're doing good out there, but now you're playing against Brown, Tatum, Drew, Porzingis, Horford. Like, you got this top tier talent, and you're trying to figure out your game while you're playing against these guys and defending them full court for 32 minutes. That's a long time for a young cat to figure it out. So I'm not gonna hold him too much for missing. I mean, the fact that he was taking the shots, I'm more happy about that. There's a lot of times that he's been passive prior to that, where he was not taking the shots or deferring.
No, man. Hey, quick question. How many assists did we have?
In total, I'll tell you right now, we had 25. All right, and let me see what Coach says. Deuce shot 33%. I saw a different game. I was not impressed. Deuce has to be able to handle the ball. They went full court press on him. Yep, I didn't like the turnovers. I agree with you. I mean, that's a smart defense for that type of team. You got players who aren't experienced, who aren't used to having the ball, who aren't used to playing against top tier teams like that. So they did the smart thing. They were pressing them and seeing what the young kids were going to do and force turnovers. I mean, that full court press works on top tier talent. It should work against young cats. And I hear you. You weren't that impressed. I considering this is the first time that he's got a heavy burn. Name me any other time that he's had north of 20 minutes. I think maybe twice. So I hear you. It wasn't a good, clean, effective game, but I think he did other things that helped out the team. I think his help defense, the 4 steals, he did other things that helped out. There was a couple of times, I do agree with you, towards the end where he was pounding the air out of the ball. He didn't get it out of his hand or swing it fast enough, which I think that's where Knicks was alluding to, that we only had 25 assists.
Yeah, he did look a step slow, and like I said, he was playing. He was playing a lot of defense, which I think led to that second half draining him. And he did look probably a step slow, where when he had Brown on him, guarding him, he tried a few moves, just couldn't get around him.
Brown.
Yeah, Brown's elite, but that's the perspective that some of the fans got to take into consideration.
Top team. They're not only good offensively.
No, they're the top 2, top second or third team
I mean,
in the East.
Brown was a huge, great defender, and then you add Drew Holiday to that. Then you got players who like to play like Pritchard. Pritchard's good. Pritchard's a good player. He's a pesky defender. He's in your face. He's in your grill. So he's guarding these top players, and then they're guarding him, and then you bring in Pritchard, who's like a little chihuahua. That's just always on you, right at your ankles. You know what I mean? So Pritchard was on him. So I mean, I thought it was a good game. I thought they played, I'll say, really good. I won't say they were great, but under the circumstances, you're playing the team that's expected to possibly win it all and compete and get within 10 points. I think it was definitely
They gave him they gave him a fight. For our bench slash G League, they gave the Celtics a little fight. It wasn't no walk in the park. You know what I mean? Came back in the second half, and hats off to our bench players. You know what I mean?
And that's all we
They definitely did good. And like Mig said before, you know what I mean? All of these players are basically new to each other. You know what I mean? So it is what it is.
I like that out there. What did you see that you liked? Who did you say 2 shots? You said Roby? That you saw Roby?
Yeah, Roby was good too. I liked him. I liked he looked clean from the 3, and then he had this one play that stood out to me where he grabbed the rebound with one hand and then laid it up with the other. And I thought that was clean, boy. Like it stood out to me. I don't know.
Yeah.
And I guess it kind of stood out to me also because I'm of the mindset that we need size, and he looks tall. He looks like he's 6'8" or something. So that's really why he stood out to me. Daquan was good too, but he's undersized. He's like 6'6". So I think we need more size, in my opinion. Again, I don't know. I could be wrong, but I just feel like we need more size.
Bro, if 6'6" is small, bro, I'll take it all day.
No. But you gotta understand, like it's small in the NBA compared to like power forwards that are 6'8", 6'9", 6'10", 6'11". You know what I'm saying? Like that's a huge difference. Again, if you're not that tall, and you don't have a huge wingspan, players are just gonna rise up over you. Like this is the NBA, bro. Like these are 400 of the best players in the entire world. You need any little bit of advantage that you can have over your opponent to give you that edge. And whether that means I'm an inch or 2 taller than you, that's all I need, because these are the best players in the world. So you could play your defense all you want. You could be the best defender. But if I could just rise up over you and get a clean look and get a clean shot, it's just not gonna be beneficial. Like it's not gonna be good. That's how I feel.
I hear you on that. And
Tatum did have a few of those over McBride.
Absolutely.
Over McBride and over Deuce. Yeah, I mean,
he had a few over Grimes. He had a few over DiVincenzo. Porzingis had a few over Grimes also. And it's like when you see that repeated action, when they start going to the pick and roll to pick on the smaller guards, it becomes a problem. And it's like I'm gonna compound the issue, because then you have Jalen Brunson, and he's undersized at point guard. So now you're gonna have an undersized point guard, an undersized power forward, and they're just gonna attack that, like pick and roll it to death. And that's what I see happening. I don't know. I could be wrong though.
I think Tibbs tried to counter that today when he was doing with Sims and Mitch and Sims and iHeart. The only problem with that was, which I think as Coach was saying here, that he saw that they were doing the trapping, they're doing the full court press. They were full court pressing our guards, right? And basically our scorers, Dante. They were doing that to McBride, getting the ball out of their hands, but we didn't have a threat. Our bigs don't got that threat. Mitch and Sims couldn't score. They couldn't shoot. They couldn't spread the floor. So it was really only leaving Deuce McBride, Grimes, or Dante to create the offense. And once they knew that it was only them 3, it's 5-on-3 basically. Because that's where Mitch was taking advantage for some lobs here and there. But for the most part, it was 3-on-5 offensively. You know, and that's something that
Yeah.
teams look at. So you got our 3 players trying to defend and guard. You know, Porzingis, who's 7'1", 7'2", 7'2" player. Then you got Horford, who can hit threes, who can rebound, who's a bully on the block. I mean, their team is legit. You have a bunch of players who never played together. That I think they played very well in comparison to what we were looking at. If they were playing like an OKC or something like that, I think we would have got the W. I don't know, it was something crazy. Roby did good, but Roby's not staying. Roby's auditioning for whatever team I think he did good. For what he did okay. He's a good bench piece, maybe for like Houston or something like that. A Houston.
And what about the other Villanova cat?
Archie.
Archie.
That boy was terrible.
Yeah.
Terrible.
Yeah.
Remember,
No, I'm sorry. I'm gonna go full Charles
kind.
Barkley.
You're being kind. He was
Terrible.
Archie is the 15th man, really the 16th. I mean, I think assistant coach would get in before he did. They had to give him something. They had to give him a look.
He was definitely lost out there. He was definitely a little lost on the defensive assignment.
In all
and
of
his shot looked weird too.
Even Jeffries looked at him like, "Yo, what are you doing?"
Yeah, like, but he's normally really good, which I'm surprised. When I saw his shot, I was like, "Did you break your wrist at halftime?" Like that shot
I don't know. That shot looked funky, boy.
He's normally really good from 3. I'm surprised.
Bro, I mean,
he got 4 defensive rebounds.
He got what?
Yeah,
4 defensive rebounds.
He's hustling, and
he was jittery out there. He looked like he
got
drank
0 points.
How much?
0.
He got an elbow to the face, though.
He got elbow to the face.
You got an elbow to the face.
And they called the foul on him.
Yeah.
Add insult to injury. Wow.
Yeah.
All right. What they say in the chat, I know with a non-guaranteed deal, he is ripe for the trade. So I think as you were talking about, Coach, they're showcasing him, that either him and an Evan or something like that. Like, there's a team that could possibly take him. Maybe we take on a salary dump or something. I'm not sure. Somebody we can waive. There's a team that's looking at him. So what we were looking at today was mostly auditions, but you were looking also for fit. When you're looking at Deuce, Grimes, and Dante and Sims, you're looking at fit and what rotation works. Everybody else was what team was going to want these cats. Give them a little bit of burn time, let them get something. Daquan Jeffries, his shot looks like he could be in the team. He looks, if he sits in the corner, he's going to hit that shot. He looked confident. And I'll give it to him. He stayed professional because he's only there for like maybe 3 minutes at a time, if that. And there was a lot of times that he could have shot the shot and he passed it to Evan or he passed it to somebody else. So as a professional, I thought that was pretty good. Where he should have taken the shot trying to get his, he still did the right thing for the team or trying to find the right player, the open player. So that's something that you don't see in the stat books, but I liked him. I liked him as a player. Coach says he's glad Grimes put up 20+ points. I too, sir, am glad. I too, sir, am definitely glad. I think Knight is a Rokas pickup. Brendan Knight, Rokas. I'm not sure what you mean on that. I don't know. So I like the game. Machete, any thoughts you saw that you liked the first half? You thought we got beat up, or what do you thought?
Yeah, I mean, it's like I said, it was just a showcase game for Boston starters, Knicks in Boston, first game, but also, a showcase and a pre-show for our first season game next Wednesday, is it?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So, I think, we rested our starters. This is no big deal. I think that our third stringers did pretty good. They did decent against a world-class basketball team, supposed to be the number 1 in the East or number 2 in the East. I think that our third stringers did good, and it was good practice for them, good practice for Roby. He's a sharpshooter. I do like his shot. I don't think he's gonna make the team, but maybe next year, maybe we'll throw him down in the G League and pull him up. But he's got a nice shot. Showcase those guys. Jeffries, Knight got some time. Dude's got some good burn. Grimes got is good practice for Grimes to get his leg underneath him. These games right now. So we got a back-to-back. Now we got to play at home against Washington, who's 2-0 in the preseason. So they're gonna come in trying to stink it up in New York. The Wizards are gonna try to do that. I don't know who's gonna be playing tomorrow, Kuzma or fucking Poole, but we'll see. But we got to be ready for them tomorrow. We'll have our starters ready. It'll be the final game, I think, for now before the regular season game. So we got to go in there and rock it. But the guys did pretty good tonight. Let me see. I'm looking at the numbers over here.
Yeah, that's what I was going to come over with you because you can read the numbers, but considering everybody that played, everybody almost got double digits. If somebody told you that Boston played their starters the majority of the game against our bench unit, and if they tell you it was 123 to 110, you would think our starter was in the game. We only lost by 13.
Yeah. Our third stringers against their starters, but whatever. I like what Ihart did. I mean, Hartenstein played 23 minutes, 13 points. He had 8 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 steal.
He had a couple threes that looked really good too.
Yeah.
He needs to let those fly, but Ihart he's been playing really good.
6 for 11 from field goal. Yeah, he hit 1 of 4 from the 3-point, right?
Yep.
He hit 1 3-pointer in 4 attempts. He had decent numbers.
Nah, more than decent, man. He was hustling.
He was 3 or 4. He had 3 of his 3 out of 4 free throws.
Yo, big time, man. I love Hart, man. I don't see us trading him or getting rid of him. He's an important player, man. The amount of minutes that he played on there, only 23 minutes, and almost got a double-double on the rebounds. He dives on the floor, great passing. I mess with Whitebread. Whitebread is definitely doing his thing. I mess with him. And the fact that everybody double digits, I think that's impressive, man. 22 from Grimes is big. Mitchell Robinson, 12 and 7. That's his normal numbers. DiVincenzo, as bad as inefficient he was, but again, figuring out rotation, figuring out players, figuring out his spots on the team to have 15 points. McBride, 2 games, double-digit scoring, 16 points today. Jeffries, who maybe doesn't even get 30 seconds per game, has 8 points, 3 of 3 from the field, 2 3-pointers. Evan Fournier, 10 points, whatever. But Roby to have 11. I mean,
he did all right. That's good. He did 10 points. Hey, he got 10 points. Listen, hey, what was that you said about Hartenstein? Almost he was what was it? He almost had a triple-double actually. My bad.
Field goals, he was 6 of 11, which is close. But offensive rebound 4. So he gives us a stuff. He had 4 offensive, 4 defense. I mean, between him and Mitch, they give us, which that kept us alive. The 4 offensive and 4 defensive rebounds, he gave us second attempts with these young bulls. When they missed a shot, he got the rebound, gave us a second attempt that we can score again. And then find the right play, figure out the right rotation. I thought it was good, man. I thought it was a good game. I thought for our bench players, I think 113, 110, and 123, I think it was pretty phenomenal. I know there's nuances and stats and positive plus minuses. Rotational players playing in different lineups. There was no steady lineup. They were interchanging a lot of players. I thought it was pretty good.
They gave him a fight. They definitely gave him a fight.
And that's what we Knicks want. We don't care obviously we want to win championships, but if you go out there and you give 110%, we love that. That's what we expect from our team. We don't always expect W's. We do, but if you gave it 100%, we can live with the result. That's all that matters.
Some of those second string players really got to work on creating plays.
Like,
Deuce was stuck for a second.
That doesn't just fall on the players.
DiVincenzo as well. Like I didn't really see nobody creating and getting to the bucket. Yeah, I mean, it was basically an outside shooting game. Like
That's
uh,
actually
I I
yeah.
didn't see nobody driving in like Randall. I didn't see nobody driving in like RJ does. Brunson, like every one of our starters is gonna drive to that bucket. I didn't really see a lot of that.
Now that is the one thing that I was really, and I'm gonna bring it back a little bit to Grimes. I like his 22 points, but I would like to see him take over. Like, I'm the man. Give me the rock. Let me be that dude. Like, because that's what that next level. He did great shooting. He did good on his little drives, but being that there was really no starters, he was the only starter offensively. I would have
The
liked to,
game away, right?
take a little more like, hey, there's a little penny move that I did, the little spin around the drive. I would like to see it a little more, but still a positive take on that. Overall, the game was dope. Tomorrow we got a back to back, so we got Washington Wizards or Wizards Fizzless, whatever. We got the Washington Wizards versus us mañana 7:30. Do you guys think the starters play tomorrow?
I
Yeah, most
wouldn't.
definitely.
I
Yeah.
wouldn't. I would. I'll let them rock out again.
What do you say, Machete?
Yeah.
You think the starters play tomorrow?
Yeah, dude. You gotta play starters tomorrow, man. They gotta get their legs in there.
Well, I
It might
mean,
be the last game for now at MSG. We gotta go out with a bang. We can't let DC come in there and win, and we
well,
go
I mean,
down.
I'm
We'll be we'll 0-2, 1-2, 1-3. Get out of here now. Of course we gotta win. We gotta go in there starters. These guys gotta go in there. He's gotta figure out the lineups. He's gotta get his starters in there, and everybody's gotta start gelling now.
I
Get these
mean,
guys in there with the minutes right now.
but Mike, Washington is like a 8, 9, 10 seed.
They're 2-0 in the
Why not?
preseason. Doesn't
Why?
matter. Down the
Okay,
road, they're
but
2-0 right
why
now in the
not?
preseason.
Why not let the guys get redemption for today?
That means that they're not such a bad team if they're 2-0 in the preseason.
Well, I mean, shit. We just played Boston, bro. Boston's way
Well,
better than with Washington.
yeah, but our starters didn't play.
I
So
can.
that's what I'm saying. You just
So our
let
starters
these
gonna
niggas
start
get.
tomorrow. They're gonna close it out tomorrow, and it's gonna be the last game for now
I,
to the regular
I,
season. We're gonna go in. We're gonna end it with a bang, and we're gonna bring it in with a bang.
well, I think Tibbs is definitely gonna pull
We
that
can't. We
reverse
can't.
card
We can't
again.
go in. We can't go in not playing our starters tomorrow and lose, and then go into the first game against Boston losing already 2 games, even if it was in the preseason. We got to get our starters in there, and everybody
We
got to get
don't
on the
play
same page.
Boston. We don't play Boston tomorrow. We play
No, we
Washington.
play Boston on the first game. I'm saying we can't go in there and not play our starters, even if it's the last preseason game, and not play our starters and take a chance and lose, and then go into the first game already losing two games, even if the preseason game ends. You know what I'm saying?
So you don't think the way that our players today held Boston to almost a tight game can't get a dub against Washington?
I think our third stringers that play today could probably beat the Washington game, the Washington team.
All right,
But
our team
regardless,
today
our
beat
stars got to play
Washington's
tomorrow. Our
starters?
stars are going to start tomorrow, so we had to rest them today. But
All right, but
we rested
that's
them
not
today. The reason they rested today is because they're going to all start tomorrow.
okay. But that's not
Quigley,
my question. My question
Randall,
to you.
RJ, the whole squad, the whole starting, everybody, the starters that are going to start the regular season are starting tomorrow. That's going to be that's what he's going to go in with, and they got to get that practice game tomorrow against DC. We got to get that
All
win.
right. My question to the rest of the panel, the two shots and Ruel, bro, do y'all think that these players that played today would beat the team tomorrow
Go ahead,
if Tibbs were to restart them tomorrow?
go ahead, two shots.
I don't know who Washington has, but based off of today, I'm feeling very confident. So I'd say yeah.
And for
So
me, I agree with Machete. I agree with Machete that I think for sure the first half we're gonna start, and Michael Drake says the Nova Knicks too. I think it's a home game. I think Tibbs wants to set precedence when it's at the Garden. Garden sells out. We have fans there. I can't see us not playing at least the first half, first and second quarter for sure. For sure, first and second quarter, we're gonna have our starters out there. I think we may close with the squad that we had today, but I think for sure the first 2 quarters is gonna be all our starters. Randall, I think he wants to get them in a rhythm. It's a game at the Garden. I think he wants to set precedents that they want us to win at the Garden and not to take the Garden games light. So I think we're gonna go aggressive tomorrow, at least for the first 2 quarters, to set plays. And I definitely think we're gonna close. I think what we did today was definitely giving Tibbs something to like, all right, I gotta play these guys. I gotta figure out a way how to get Deuce in here. I gotta figure out how to get him and Dante together, because IQ didn't play today either. IQ's playing for a contract, which I believe what's today's date? I think it was I think today's 17th. I think he has to the 23rd before we they have to make a decision by the 23rd on IQ. So I think the first 2 quarters we start heavy with our starters. That's my opinion. And I think the fourth quarter is gonna be there. And you, Knicks, you're in the mindset of keeping what we did today to play tomorrow.
Yeah, that's where I'm at. I say you let these kids get some redemption, and if you are gonna start the starters, fuck it, play them 5 minutes and let the B squad do their work.
Yeah, I mean, I think he's gonna do the starters. I think somewhere in the early third, he'll start pulling them and then let the other guys close out. Something like that.
Hey guys, I'm out of here because my Uber's downstairs.
All right, so Luke, we appreciate you. We're closing now anyway. Any final thoughts before you go?
Shit, go Knicks. We're gonna kick ass.
All right. What about you, Machete Mig? We're closing out. Any final thoughts for you?
What's up, baby? Like my man said, Brooklyn, Queens, what you want? You want the Knicks, baby.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Go Knicks.
Any final thoughts? You took a shot. You left me holy from this morning. I mean, from earlier, eating my humble pie with Grimes.
Manhattan, Island, right. In the Bronx.
That's right. Final thoughts. I think we're gonna be all right, and I think I'm gonna have to pull Tibbs' defensive coach card and maybe give him the offensive coach card. Because like I said, you can't be giving up 130, 120 and be considered a defensive coach. But
that's my
final shot for the night, and I appreciate you for having me.
Thank you for always being here, my brother. What were you saying, Machete?
Nah, I'm just saying that, we got to play Poole, T. Jones, D. Gafford, Kuzma, Cobley, Crisper, Gallinari, D. Wright, JJ. All these guys in Washington, they're playing all right, man. Let's go get that one tomorrow.
I think tomorrow we're going to play all our players, Nova Knicks, as Michael Drake was saying. I think we play all our starters. I would like to see Grimes take that energy he had today with the 22 points, now to bring that same energy with the starters. If he can bring that same energy, the same intensity, and I know he's not going to get 25 shots like he did today, but he needs to figure out
they might rest him.
Shots. Or, as you said, Thibodeau needs to find a way to get him no more touches. He played good. I think we're going to have a good game tomorrow. I can see us playing close to 3 quarters, kind of like how Boston did today, playing close to 3 quarters, first half, maybe half of the third. Then everybody takes over on there. But I got us with a W tomorrow. I got us getting in rhythm, playing at the Garden, staying in rhythm, getting a W. And I think that's going to set the precedence for the first game next week. So I agree with you, Machete. I think we are going to have the starters out there. And we'll see 2 shots. If your boy Grimes, and of course I love Grimes too. I'm going to see if Grimes, I would like to see him transfer that energy and do it with the starters, keep that confidence, slow down just a little bit, just let the game come to him. And I think we'll be all right. I appreciate you guys, everybody in the chat, Michael Drake, Coach, Louisiana Knicks, everybody who's watching. If you watching out there, if you ain't commented, maybe you're not trying to comment, maybe your phone's down, you watching, maybe the replay gang. we comment on the comments, even in whether it's live chat or whether it's down on the regular comments. We appreciate you guys. Give us a thumbs up or thumbs down, whatever to spike the algorithm, whatever you thought we're trash, you hated our comments, we don't mind that. But put it in the comments, let us know what you ain't like, and let's talk about it. We'll see you next week. We did a pop-up. We'll be here Friday. We'll talk about tomorrow's game. We normally do our shows if you're a first timer, maybe you're just catching us, you saying, yo, who are these
Please
guys?
like and subscribe.
Fridays, 5 p.m., Sundays, 5 p.m., and we're going to sprinkle it on out through the season. We'll figure out night times at work. We appreciate you guys for checking us out, showing us love or hate, either one. But we still love y'all. We appreciate y'all. There won't be no us without you. Salute. We appreciate you guys. Special, take us out of here. You heard? You're...
Forbes and Fields in the building. My God, what's good?
And I salute the new Knicks.
Hey, great show,
Get it.
Shout out to the new Knicks.
The new Knicks, salute my guy.
The new Knicks, the organic podcast.
Sounds like it's about to go down in here. Going down. New York City, NYC. Brooklyn, Staten in the Bronx.